Well, hello. Uh, Nice to meet all of you. So actually, I'm a bit nervous because I'm not so commonly making presentation in English. Yeah. So please help me and don't judge me very hard. So the topic of my presentation today is hidden ways to make more money on your game. I will try to spend this 30 minutes not talking about how Unity Ads is beautiful or how our service is better than others, but more talk about how the game monetization looks like now. Actually, it was big prize for me when Unity Ads just realized new survey this Monday. Actually, we made big survey for 1,200 developers all over the world, and then 6,500 players. And ask them different questions about game ads, what kind of ads they prefer, and etc., how it usually treat the in-app purchase, and etc. And then we will just go through the slides and just think about how can you add the ads in your game. And first question, why the ads is so important now? Because who of you are doing mobile games, by the way? Who of you are planning to start to make mobile games? Nobody. Okay. Ads is very important because only if you will be lucky, if your balance of your game will be very good and retention, etc., all the metrics will be very good, only 3% of your entire player base will pay. Only 3%. And the ads, all the ads solutions are helping you to monetize all the rest, 97% of your players. And then first myth, which I am quite commonly hear on sales calls or meetings and etc., that my players hate ads. And based on survey I mentioned, it's quite interesting numbers. 71% players prefer to pay for game by watching in-game ad. And 62% love to watch ads to earn some stuff in the game. Moreover, now video ads is the best format to deliver the ad to player because banners are in the past, interstitial banners are quite interesting still, and then we will see some graphs, some infographics. And as for preferred ways to pay, as you can see, 54% of players prefer to watch rewarded video ads to gain some stuff, some extra stuff in the game to develop. 17% are also convenient to watch interstitial video ads. And then only 18% using any kind of premium stuff like pay upfront. And around 10-11% of players all over the world are ready to pay real money for your game. Means it's no any option to use ads in your game or not. What about banners? A lot of games are still using a lot of banners, not using video ads in the game. And based also on this survey, almost half of people, even more if we calculated rewarded video, interstitial video together, more than half of players prefer to watch video ads instead of any kind of picture or banner. Moreover, based on the same survey and on many other theories, people are very bored to see banners in the game. Now it's better when phones become bigger and bigger, but before when you used iPhone 4, for example, when the banner was 1/3 of your screen, so many times I was so, let's say, angry when trying to win some boss and then push the banner and so lost. everything. Means, so the video ads is the future. What about retention? It's also a big question. And here's the comparison between full screen picture ad and video ads. And based on survey, in case of full screen picture ad, which is quite common now, interstitial picture ad, retention going up only in 6% of cases, not so much. And mostly when when developer implement the interstitial banner into the game, the retention down in almost 40% of cases. As for video ads, usually retention is growing and time of playing session is growing because players receive the possibility to gain some more stuff, to continue to play longer sessions and bigger retention, and then after maybe 10-15 days of gameplay, you will receive a chance to monetize the person by real money. Third myth, that players will start to pay. It's most common. A lot of developers are so scared about that players will stop to pay because it's only 2% of people who pay, and if even them will stop to pay, I will die. And based on our survey, it's not very good, not very good text, but based on survey, in 86% of cases, in-app purchases are not impacted at all, and even in 16% of them, in-app purchases even growing. And only in 14% of cases, in-app is going down, but it's everything already about the balance, and it's going us to the conclusion that usually it's better to implement all the ad stuff before you release the game, because most of studios prefer to launch the game, then try to monetize by standard in-app purchase, and then after maybe a month or 2 or half a year, trying to implement all the ad solutions, and it's really push the balance to the conclusion that in-app purchase going down. And having all this, it was last question to developers, what kind of ad solution you wanted to implement into a game, to the next game. And as for video, interstitial or rewarded, 80% of people, 80% of developers answered that they plan to implement rewarded video or interstitial video ads into the game instead of all the static formats like full screen picture ads and banner ads. Also a quite big topic, everybody who are talking about any kind of monetization is eCPM. eCPM. I've tried to find some pictures of eCPM. Our eCPM is bigger, our eCPM is better. I guess it will be next wave of spam, increase your eCPM and etc. And so let's see what this eCPM is, how critical is it. It's effective, what definition is, eCPM is effective cost per million. What does it mean? It's total earnings divided by total impressions and multiplied by 1,000. Translation is money earned for every 1,000 impressions of video ads starts. How critical is it? eCPM is the wrong question, because you don't know if your user will finish the video, if your user will click the link, if your user will download the app. And it's all three quite critical questions, because all the video networks paying you for CPI, for install, when your player install another game, and then you will receive the money. And game devs looks at in-app purchase in terms of ARPDAU, average revenue per daily active user, and our opinion then ads, any kind of ads, should be counted also on ARPDAU, not on eCPM. And here is a quite good example. For example, it's your game with 1 million DIU, 80% of them in the US, 20% in China, and here's the average statistic for daily impressions per user per market. And it's just numbers from my head. Here's the eCPM for first, second, third impression in China and the US. And global eCPM is around $20. Average global ARPDAU is about 54 cents. And competitor is offering even bigger eCPMs if you compare. But for example, with no feel for third expression or second expression. And usually such kind of sales offer looks very, very attractive. And all the developers who are not experienced in video ads switching their supplier or just choosing the bad one. But if digested, average global CPM here is also bigger than in case of Unity, for example. But ARPDAU is quite lower because of no feel in some cases. And without further mathematics, here is the conclusion. Focus is on ARPDAU. Calculate many times, ask your supplier how ARPDAU will be high. It also depends on conversion rate, and you need to test before you will realize how ads is successful in your game. But anyway, ARPDAU is critical. And here's a few quotes from Future Play and then from other studios. So these people tried many ad networks providers, and finally, in case of FarmAway, the average revenue per daily active users is 15 cents, which is quite a lot in the US market. And in case of Compass Point West, our already 1 year case, it's 6 cents average revenue per day. Usually, based on our statistics, now ARPDAU is about 2-3 cents in average game. Means it's 15, 6, 7, 10 cents is quite exceptional, but usually it's 2 to 3 cents per user. Means if you just wanted to integrate the video ads, you can calculate easily what the current DIU, what the scenario of integration, how many ads you want your user to see, and then so just can preliminary calculate the potential revenue from video ads. Few words about mediation. Mediation now is so popular and so booming. Everybody talking about mediation. Most of companies tried mediation. First of all, I want to say that ad networks love them. We also love all the mediation solutions because being sales manager, I can't love people who are doing all the job for me. They're going to you, asking you to implement, and then I just receive some traffic and some revenue and income and my salary. But to be not in the shoes of Unity ad sales, but just person who talking to a lot of developers about everything, current state is the following. First of all, most of them are doing own marketplace, pushing own marketplace. And a lot of mid-size and big developers are faced with that fact that, for example, biggest mediation networks are not already so clear in revenue because the waterfall of videos they have on the network are not so fair, for example. So let's say, and I can't say more. And also big point that ad networks within mediation solution are not communicated between each other. Means each network has big army of PhDs who are working on algorithm, on optimization, how to show the ads, which ads to show to each player, etc. And each ad network spends millions of dollars for R&D each year, and then mediation network making their own robot, own solution, and trying to optimize all this, which is completely not possible. It's just, let's say, historical guess to make all the best they can. And all the ads based on historical data within mediation network and never real time means when you will think about what supplier is best for you, just ask your mediation provider about all these questions. And then, I guess I will finish a bit earlier, then some good examples of video ads integration.
Monster Legends. In Monster Legends, even the smallest of heroes can become the greatest of legends. Breed, feed, and train your monsters to create the ultimate fighting champions. Battle millions of players from around the world and become a Monster Legend. Monster Legends. Download now for free.
Here's the end card. So actually, seriously, and Best Friends is very good case because they started to, they even created a lot of scenarios how to integrate video ads into the game and to allow people to watch more ads, to involve them into game and increase the retention. And based on quote from general manager of Seriously, the session length and daily session count was no decrease. Video ads helped Seriously a lot. Moreover, a few months ago, it's not also very clear from picture, they tried the strategy of currency sales. They offer people to watch double ads for double spin wheel only on weekends, and the traffic grown on weekends a lot. I can say exact numbers, and ads revenue and traffic on weekends in Best Friends grown more than twice. It's another example of integration. My data is love this game. It's far away. So what's interesting with, in case with Farmaway, here is. And what's interesting with Farmaway, all monetization of the game is based on video ads. Yes, it is ability to buy some gold or some other stuff like seeds or brilliant diamonds, but based on their feedback, in-app purchase is very small in this game, and all this 15 cents per day per user in the US is based only on video ads. And now, even in Eastern Europe, I have few customers who now plan to launch the game with a revenue model based only on video ads. Obviously on some banners, maybe interstitials sometimes, because healthy mix of different types of ads is also quite good. But no, so even game design is based only on video ads, not on in-app purchase. And here's the useful links. I have a special great, let's say, short one. Here's the report white paper. It's published on our website, as far as I know, but it's special direct link for you, bit.ly, Unity Ads report. It's a big document, about 40 pages, and I've shown you only a few pieces of information from that. And here is a good example doc. We created a document of maybe 10 or now 11 maybe best cases of video ads integration. It's, let's say, best market scenarios now on the market. And what also can we do? You can write me or call me anytime, and I spend maybe 30-40% of my time to make, let's say, game audits. I'm playing a game on on any stage. I have a lot of games which is soft launched, and I downloaded from different stores, and write the scenario how to integrate video ads into a game that your user will watch it. So feel free to contact me. I will be here after my presentation. And do you have any questions?
Feel free. This is your chance.
So thank you very much.